What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It's your boy Leaky14. Today we got a review for Sakamoto Days, chapter 104, Strange Feelings. And boy, this chapter was fire. Suzuki has been on fire all 2022 to 2023. I mean, this man is underappreciated. You gotta read this story, man. I gotta get everybody reading this story. So we start off this chapter with the funeral for Sensei and the other teachers and the missing student who we know as Akira, who I didn't do a review for the last chapter, but stupidly got in the way of Sakamoto whooping Kanaguri's butt and finally getting this man out of here. But of course, he escapes, so Kanaguri is still alive. Back so first of all, Akira didn't have to do that because we're going to the warehouse to go after Slur and company anyway, so she could have just came with us, but instead she goes the selfish route and she's just gonna go 1v1 Slur and all of his team within their own hideout. So good job, good luck. Annoying. But she wants to find out what happened to her aunt, so obviously we're gonna have to find out what happened to Akeo. She still might be out there. Now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder if it's connected, the Akeo incident, if it's connected to the Slur incident and whenever his duo. Let's get there. Hold on. So we get the database and he is like, "Yo, come over here," and this man from just memory writes out his whole file with whatever he can get out, and then including the picture, and then he also from memory just jots down this whole news article later about the fire from the orphanage that they were gonna go visit, and he does this from memory, so no wonder this man is a target, because it don't matter, he sees it once, he's gonna be able to just there it is, which is a pretty OP ability. So I wonder if that's just some hidden ability that he has, or if he's just like that, he's him. That's what he does. But pretty cool, pretty useful. I wonder if he'll come back in the story for anything else later on, or if somebody just gonna mop him off the floor eventually. But so we get the article about the orphanage, and there's 6 people mentioned, and of course instantly I'm like, who are these 6 people? Obviously one of them is Uda, R.I.P. The next one is Gaku, one of my favorite characters, and he's 14 years old. That fire number. And notice he's the youngest on that page. And then there's 4 others who we don't know. And one of them, well, 2 of them, obviously later on we see that they're gonna get reintroduced into the story. And then there's 2 still unidentified members. So I wonder if those guys are dead, if they're just missing in action. Will they come in later? Are they other people? One of my first thoughts was Nagumo. Is one of them secretly Nagumo? Because we got this whole Nagumo and Yoshimura secret plot going on. So I wonder if that has any connection. But the other 4 IDs were correct. So I don't see why the last 2 wouldn't be either. So maybe those guys are dead, or they're just missing in action and they'll pop up eventually. But Gaku was hyped to hear that his boys were coming. Slur pops up and he tells Kashima to chill out. Now everything has to go to plan, basically. You just gotta be able to adjust, baby. And he's like, we're calling in reinforcements. And I think Slur Uzuki finally realized that all his plans are being stopped by Sakamoto and members of the Order, which he probably knew from the jump, which is why he's trying to eliminate them a while ago with those criminals, those American criminals that he released, and this hit on Sakamoto's head. Because if you just go back to the building at the JAA, who was there, Sakamoto just happened to be there, and also the old man, right? As Nagumo calls him, Mr. What's his name? I can't even think of it right now. Stopped his plans. Trying to get the database at the JCC, Sakamoto stops his plan. So he's like, whatever I was about to do, we all stop all that, pivot to plan B, which is we're just going to go at the Order at this point. And that's what he's about to do. And this man, Nagumo, gets so hyped. I ain't never seen this man get so hyped. I mean, it was the most menacing he's looked. He usually has this chill, nonchalant look on his face. He never really gets too excited or too serious. But he gets this menacing look, and he's like, so which means this man's about to go sleep for days, and he's gonna be up. He's gonna be ready to go. We're gonna see Gaku in his ripest form, and I'm terrified. Also, I keep skipping over this creepy Carolina Reaper club jam thing. I've never really talked about it. I guess it never really hit me until this chapter where Carolina Reaper is explicitly saying that he needs to torture his brother. But and just like hearing that other people might do it makes him cry. I'm like, all right, even AO's like, what is wrong with these siblings? And I guess she's also referencing Mafuya and his older brother, but it looks like Mafuya and AO are just like lounging around in the warehouse. Like they're not bound up, they're not in like a cage, they're just like part of the crew. Like I guess so. I hope that they're not like leaning towards becoming members and joining that organization. I hope they still have their head straight. It seems like they're still freaked out by these weirdos, but like we don't get much of a read from Mafuya. And his brother is clearly still worried about him. So hopefully we're going to rescue Mafuya and now AO. And now Akira has gotten herself involved in this situation just because she wants to find out how her aunt died, which is fine. We want to find out too. But you could have just came out. You came with us. Come with us. We go in there anyway. But Suzuki has been on fire. The pacing of this chapter was phenomenal. Went from the funeral to the database to we quickly jumped to the orphanage thing, to the teasing more members, to the disclosing that 2 more members is coming, and then disclosing our next order of a plan. And like it's just so good. And also, last but not least, the 2 personality thing for Uzuki. It feels too obvious, too straightforward. That's the first thing we think of, and oh yeah, maybe that's it. And Shin does lead credence to the theory because he did say he heard 2 voices on that floor when they were there, and it was just Uzuki. It was just him by himself. But I feel like that's the obvious answer. That's why we went there, and maybe it is. But I think there might be something deeper going on. I really wonder if this is connected to the Akira incident. Maybe she saw this happen, and she tried to stop him, and she was like his first victim. I mean, that would make a lot of sense if he wasn't much of a killer at school, and then all of a sudden he drops out, an accident happens, Akira Akeo ends up dead, and all of a sudden he's a new person. So I think that Akira incident is going to play deeply into whatever happens to Slur, and I can't wait to find out. I just hope Akira's okay. People be dying left and right in this series, and now we are building this whole cast of people that I'm starting to fall in love with. Like, we haven't even spent much time with Ao or Mafuya, but like the whole arc was just so much fun, and they were great to be around. So I hope they stick around. Even like Taseba, like Amane, like I'm loving all these side characters right now. Even the Shishiba Yoshimura fight took a couple chapters, and I was like completely okay with that. Like, Sakamoto is already building this extremely phenomenal, well-crafted world. All these characters are just like all play a specific role to the story, and I love it. He's been on fire. It's one of my favorite series. JJK and Sakamoto Days, best out right now. Gotta read it. Chapter 104, Sakamoto Days. Did you like it? Did you love it? God, I got that from somebody else. Leave your boy a like, subscribe, comment what's your favorite part of the chapter. Where do you think we are going next? Your boy Leaky14, Strange Feelings. I'll see y'all later. Have a great day.